Welcome back to another week of football picks and weather forecast for the NFL. We are, of course, moving into week 8. Last week I was 10-5, not too bad. And overall for the year, for the season, 63-44. So I'm pretty happy with that for this year. This year is going to feature a lot of interesting games, but not a lot of weather impacts as we kind of luck out for Sunday. So let's dive in. First of all, for Minnesota at the LA Chargers on Thursday night at 8:15. Expect scattered clouds, temperatures in the lower 60s. I'm going with Minnesota for this game as I think that the Chargers are in real trouble. They're kind of they're having issues with their injuries. I think Minnesota is coming in with a little bit more fire. I think that Minnesota is going to win this game. Next, we have all the Sunday afternoon games. Miami at Atlanta. Going with Atlanta here. Miami is just walking wounded. No weather impacts as the game will be indoors, but definitely you might want to wish it was rained out if you're a Dolphins fan, the way that this year is going. New York Jets at Cincinnati. Look, the Jets are going to win at some point, just not this week. I think Cincinnati is going to win this game, although it wouldn't surprise me completely if the Jets try to pull this off, but they just seem to be tripping all over themselves. They are putting in a new quarterback, so we'll see what happens. Expect scattered cloud cover, temperatures in the upper 50s. For Cleveland at New England, going with New England here, they are really on a roll. They finally passed the history that was kind of hanging over this franchise and have made their own team, their own way. And they're doing a really, really great job. I expect them to be a contender for the playoffs this year, that is for sure. Expect isolated showers with temperatures in the lower 50s. New York Giants at Eagles. Now, the Giants are putting together something very interesting for the future. But in the present, the Eagles are a better team. Now, granted, the Giants beat the Eagles at their home. This time, they're at the Eagles' home, Philadelphia. So I expect Eagles to exact a little bit of revenge. So going with the Eagles for this game. Expect sky cloud cover, temperatures in the upper 50s. Hey, look, if the Giants could pull it off and win both games this season, that's a nice feather in their cap. I don't think they're going anywhere this year as far as the playoffs, but it certainly would be something interesting to see if they are able to pull that off. Next, we have Buffalo at Carolina. Buffalo is going to win this game. They're a far superior team. They have better defense, offense, coaching, and of course the quarterback. So it would be very shocking if Buffalo loses this game. Expect sky cloud cover, temperatures in the mid 60s. Chicago at Baltimore. This I was kind of tossing up and down because Baltimore has a lot of injury issues and they're kind of lost their way. Chicago has some injury issues and they're trying to find their way. I'm going with Baltimore here mostly because it's the home team, but I could certainly see Chicago pulling this out. Expect sky cloud cover, temperatures in the mid 50s. Next, we got San Francisco at Houston. Going with Houston for this one. Temperatures are in the upper 70s. Sky cloud cover for the weather. San Francisco just has a lot of injuries, and Houston is kind of coming together, but they still have some issues. So I think that Houston will be able to pull this game out. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. Now, their wide receiver for Tampa Bay is out, and that is just a shame. But I still think that they're a better overall team than New Orleans. Expect indoor conditions because New Orleans plays indoors. Saints play indoors. Dallas at Denver. All right, so I have a bit of a bias here, to be honest with you. I want Denver to lose, so I picked Dallas, but I could totally see Dallas tripping over themselves and losing this game at Denver. So we'll see how that plays out. Expecting sky cloud cover, temperatures in the mid 50s. Tennessee at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is one of those teams that you didn't really expect much out of, but when you start to just constantly win like they've been doing, that kind of feeds back on itself, and it can lead to a team just kind of believing itself and willing itself to win. And I certainly think they can do that against Tennessee. So I expect Indianapolis to win this game. Expect indoor conditions. Now, look, they have a retractable roof, but with clouds increasing and rain approaching from the southwest, I expect them to close the roofs just in case, and they'll have indoor conditions. Then we have Green Bay at Pittsburgh, going with Green Bay here, beating Pittsburgh. The game's going to be on Sunday night, 8:20. Look for sky cloud cover, temperatures in the mid-50s. And finally, the big game, Washington at Kansas City. Kansas City found something. They found their offense, and boy, does it look nasty. Now, granted, they completely destroyed the Raiders last week, but what I saw was a team where you had multiple different options to go to. You could run, you could pass, you could short pass, long pass. You could do pretty much anything. And the defense is good enough to shut down a team and keep scoring under 20. So as long as you do that, the Chiefs are going to basically run off several wins on a row. And then after this game, they get to play the Bills, I believe. So that is going to be an amazing game. But for this Monday, I think Kansas City is just far better than Washington, especially in the secondary. It's going to expose it completely. But there will be scattered showers and temperatures will be in the lower 50s. So those are my picks for this week for the NFL Pick'em. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, stay safe out there.